Good morning, Millennial Morticians. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of this incredible podcast. I know you could have chosen to be anywhere, but today you decided to join us, and for that, I am forever grateful. Well, I hope you're ready for today's exciting episode and topic. Get your pencils and pens out. We have some exciting news, and I think what we talk about in today's episode is going to make an impact, a change, and add a whole lot of value to your day-to-day life in your funeral home and in your personal life. Before we get into today's episode, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Feveo Memorial Live Streaming. Listen, in today's world, families aren't always able to be physically present, but that doesn't mean you should miss the moment. Feveo is helping funeral homes elevate their services through high quality, reliable live streaming, making sure every life can be honored no matter what the distance is. If you're in funeral service and not offering this yet, you are already behind. Check out Feveo Memorial Live Streaming at feveo.org. Let's get right into today's episode. I'm so excited to share what I have for you guys. I think it's going to make a huge impact in your life. Today's episode is titled The Power of What We Wear. The Power of What We Wear. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and before you even said a word, people have already made a decision about you and who you are? Yeah, most of the time they have. And whether we like it or not, what we wear speaks before you do. Before you experience, before your knowledge, before your heart even shows, people see your presentation. And in funeral services, this matters on a whole different level. Families are trusting you during one of the hardest moments of their entire lives. So when you show up, you're not just showing up as yourself, you are showing up as trust. I've seen firsthand, you walk into a place dressed one way, people treat you one way. You walk in sharp, intentional, and put together. Now suddenly, you're taken more seriously, people listen differently, and you've garnered more respect. Same person, different presentation. But let's be real. This isn't about clothes. This is about standards. And what you wear reflects how you see yourself, the level you operate on, the direction you intend for your life to go in. You don't dress for attention, you dress for alignment. And in funeral services, it's so important that we're aligned correctly with who we are, how we represent the funeral homes we work for, how we represent the families and the communities that we serve. This is not something we should take lightly or for granted. I think a lot of times we get so used to what we do, we forget how much of an honor it is to serve someone, serve a family in their time of need. It's important. It's something that you should take to heart every time you walk into the door. It's something that you wrap yourself, you embody yourself, you put yourself in the presence of that family to accomplish great things, to do great things. Once you're a part of that family's community, you don't represent just that funeral home, you represent that family. And you want to do it appropriately and professionally, and also respect the tradition of funeral services. Every time we walk out the door, we don't just represent one funeral home. We represent the funeral homes not just in our city or town or our state, but all across the United States. So it's so important that we actually do what we're supposed to do as a unit and as a team of people who lead in funeral services. If you say you want to lead, if you say you want to own a funeral home, run a business, be respected in your field, then ask yourself this question. Do I look like where I'm going? Not where you are right now, not where you are ahead, not where you're headed, because real leaders don't wait to arrive. They show up like it now. So here's your challenge. Here's what I'm asking you to do. The next time you go to work, meet a family, walk into a room, pause and ask yourself, what is my presence saying before I speak? Because whether you like it or not, your image is already communicating with with those people, with that family, with those owners, with the people you're doing an interview with. Or if you're just walking down or around town and people recognize you as the town's local funeral director, it matters what we have on. First impressions mean a lot. And you only have one opportunity to get it right and do it professionally and to hold yourself to a high standard and high accolades. Because people hold us as community members, helpers, funeral directors, and a plethora of other titles. So what we wear sets the standard for where we're going, who we are, and who chooses us to serve them. And I'll leave you with this. Before we close, I have something big to share with all of you. Millennial Mortician is now officially on iHeartRadio. That's right. We are expanding, reaching more people, and continuing to push the future of funeral services forward. So if you've been rocking with me, I appreciate you. Keep sharing, keep growing. And at the end of the day, this is not just about what you wear, it's about how you show up. Because how you present yourself can open doors or close them. So the question is, what is your presence saying about you? Well, guys, you know how I like to end things. I'm your host, Jaden Fowlkes. This is the Millennial Mortician Podcast, a podcast that engraves. And I hope it engraved you and your families this week and in the weeks to come. Remember, check us out on iHeartRadio and all other major platforms. I love you guys. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and keep serving families with the utmost professionalism and respect. And I'll catch you on the next one. Enjoy your week.